Welcome to the CPTM Smart Partners Hub, to the very special group that emerged from the digital space over the weekend, the Flyability Drone Group. It is 1st of February, and over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, there was almost viral interaction of an avalanche of emails between those whom I alerted on 2nd of January, those smart partners. I alerted on 2nd of January when I was returning back to the hub on the very, very interesting bit that it evolved in relation to the drone. This is how a drone looks. And the flyability of the drone, I thought it interested all of you, so much so that suddenly, when George Cusado leaders, well known and one of the first, if not the first, CPTM, not yet called at that time, Smart Partner in 1984, tried to catch up the attention of the drone group to an issue which probably everybody was a little bit couldn't quite immediately connect with the flyability of the drone and the robo-hub, etc. But I'm glad that the flyability of the drone was connected somehow, because the only connection I could make, with the CPTM continue to fly successfully and probably even better based on an analogy with the drones. That being said, the list of those who were identified by me as having an interest probably, or you need to be alerted about the possibilities of what a drone could do, were smart partners who were, some of them being also for so many years on the board of CPTM, some others very young in 29ers group from Canada, from Tanzania, from some others founders like Louis Paul, and two of my staff whom particularly I thought would be of an interest to them, the drones, Joseph and Andy, and so on and so on. And indeed the temptation for trying to use emails, as we know, in a digital space, in a way, in the similar way that we would make a conversation, a dialogue among smart partners, is very tempting, and but also is a trap, as we very well realized this weekend. In fact, the evidence for any case study in relation to the challenges that the digital space gives to senior officials of government and so on, and individuals, is immense, and probably in some situation irreparable. In any case, what it is sent through digital space is sent and is there. We all know that. But because of that, I wasn't very sure exactly how to kind of intervene. So you'll forgive me, all of you, including George and Cathy in particularly, that I intervened and I requested you to stop at once all this interaction, because it wasn't very clear that the interactions were taking place on an issue which the CPTM board directors as a collective is trying to deal with, and those who were engaged suddenly into some of the issues which only the board could in any way discuss about it for the time being. Otherwise, even the effort of the board is being compromised. I only could say, please stop at once the conversation. And really, I mean, I really follow the kind of sometimes a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do and draw a line. We draw a line probably to a new page of CPTM, and that is taking place in a transitional mode, hopefully because of a smart disruption that is taking place in the countries and the customers or those involved in our group. And since about 2013, a silent and quiet transformation is taking place. And we all are aware, and we make it explicit during think tankings, during various opportunities within the countries where CPTM and Smart Partnership is supporting the national efforts. We are not in a position as a Smart Partnership movement and CPTM to make something out of nothing. We are actually leveraging something which is the most valuable achievement, not of CPTM as an organization, that also is essential for the distributed network that we have and the morality that and intellectual equity that we built in. It's essential that CPTM and CPTM Limited leverage the kind of formidable platform, as former President Kikwete mentioned only on 2nd of December or 1st of December during the annual general meeting in London. So I'd like to kind of say that please do trust the Smart Partnership that you created, Smart Partnership movement. Do try to get involved in the countries where you are, including in UK, and try to get to the attention of officials if you can, or private sector if you can, of this most formidable platform. But which platform has to be whatever legal framework might evolve from the CPTM Limited, which was set up in '95. It has to be has to have authority, legitimacy of those who are members. And the members are each and every government of the Commonwealth, public, private sector, and individuals, professionals. There may be that the relationship between them in a legal cooperative form could be adapted to a new innovative legal background. But the Smart Partnership cannot be anything else except that. Therefore, the directors who are on the board, they are representative of those three groups. They are representative of the governments, they are representative of the private sector and public sector, representative of professionals. So they are those that will try to ask any help that they will require, and they will make a statement of if it is required of something more dramatic or something that will kind of change. It's unlikely that anything dramatic is taking place. It is a transition which, as usual, has to take place not as a disruption but as a smart transformation and transition in the next few months. So with that, thank you very much to the drone group and for the very hot interactions during the weekend. I do again remind you about the silent transformation, very useful for your own personal or organizations where you are. The power of talk in a digital age, reclaiming conversation, the one who actually articulated, Sherry Turkle, the writer, the concept of alone together, which is the trap that all of us over the weekend were in, and compromise data from social media to big data. And with that, thank you very much, and we'll come back about CPTM cooperative framework to each and every country in the next 1 or 2 days. All the best.